we have made Excel as one of the foundational tools that you should know and which will help you in your analysis of data. Correct? Now, even all of us know, right, Excel is not a modern tool. Obviously, it was there in the market from 3 decades. So all the tools that you are having in the recent time, right, tools which are being used a lot in the last 5 years, they have come up with more capabilities which your conventional tools cannot do. Do you all agree?
Yes, sir.
Now, if you talk about Excel, I know although Excel can help you with your analysis, but Excel can help you to a small extent. Let's say, when you have small amount of data, when the size of your data is less, let's say, 5 lakh rows, in that case, Excel would be a good friend for you. But all of us know in today's time, the size of the data will be, in GBs, or let's say, even 1 GB can hold almost 100 million rows. So if you have GBs of data, do you think Excel can help you in your journey of data analysis?
No, sir.
Correct. In that case, you have to move to a tool which has got more capabilities as compared to Excel. In that cases, we move to databases. Okay. We move to databases. So, in simple terms, if you want to understand what is a database, it is a small container which can store your data in form of tables, but it can store huge amounts of data also. Now, most of the companies, since databases are one of the most revenue generating product for any company, most of the companies have built their own databases. Like Microsoft has built MS SQL. If you see about the company Oracle, they have got MySQL. If you see IBM, right? So IBM, they have built DB2. So many of these companies have built their databases. Now all of you know database is a software, correct? Do you all agree with me?
Yes, sir.
So since database is a software, you cannot directly interact with it. Obviously, if you have to interact with the software, you need something called programming language. We don't call it as language, right? Language is something in which humans communicate. But when it comes to software, we have given them a special privilege. That is what we just add the prefix programming language, just to make it look more complex, nothing else, right? So that is the next thing. So when you move to databases, obviously you need to know the programming language, and all these databases are built on top of a language called SQL. Okay, all these databases are built on top of the language called SQL, which stands for Structured Query Language. Have you heard about this term SQL anytime?
Quite a few times. Yes.
Quite a few times. Okay, good. So now, if you ask me, okay, if I learn SQL, will I be able to work with any of these companies? So this is the common language. Okay, this is the common language which can be used with all the database available in the market. There might be few differences. The differences are very minute, but 99.5% of the codes are going to be same across all these 3 databases. Or there are other databases also in the market called PostgreSQL or SQLite. But you can rest assured, if you know SQL well, 99.5% of the codes work well. 0.5%, anyways, you have ChatGPT to help you in that case. So that should not be an issue. So we move to databases. Now there is a huge burge of machine learning, correct? In today's time, if you see your Facebook, YouTube or Google ads, those are all filled with only institutes promoting machine learning courses. Yes, no, people? Now, if I take you minus 5 years, did you see this many ads about machine learning or, the data fields? Okay,
No.
Before this, let me ask you a simple question. Out of 4 people, how many of you are working?
I'm working right now.
Okay, Arjun is working. What about Kajal, Omkar, and the fourth
But I'm
person?
not working.
Okay, Kajal is not working. Omkar, cool. So, people who are working, obviously, if you are not satisfied with the current role or the position that you are in, obviously, you'll be expecting a higher salary. So, higher salary comes with a cost of technical expertise or the in demand market skills. So people who are working, they might have research, which are the top tools that I should learn to get into role. Now, if you talk about all the careers related to data, correct? Now, 5 years back, people used to talk about two things, right? Tech career or non-tech career. Am I right, Arjun? Yes, no?
Yes.
Now, all of us knew people who are into technical roles, their salary is higher. Okay. And people in non technical roles, their salary is lower. This is what people used to get judged by. Someone tells, I'm a software engineer. People know, okay, his salary is good. Someone tells, no, man, I'm into marketing, finance. Obviously, their salary will be a bit low until you have graduated from the top tier business schools. Make sense?
Yes.
Okay. Now, if you talk about only the careers, I'm talking only about the careers related to data. Now, this career does not demand you to be very good with technical skills. In this career, it is only 20% coding and 80% of, what do you say, maths, statistics. Now, why did I say 20% coding? Because if you see for machine learning, there are two languages basically. We have Python, we have R, but 90% of the companies they use Python. So for this particular career, if you look at Python, so there are two types of usage. One is you use Python to develop games or the front end apps or the websites, but we don't fall in that category. We fall in the category of data analysis. So for us, the Python that we are going to use will only involve you to learn 20% coding. Now the question is why? Because Python is one of the easiest language to learn. The people who invented Python, they have given you so many libraries. They have given you so many libraries. Like if you have used Excel, right? Excel has got so many formulas. You have got formulas related to finance, formula related to logical. Same things, the inventors of Python have given you so many libraries which will make your life easy. So that is the reason we say, it is only 20% coding and 80%, a bit of maths and statistics and your analytical ability. Okay, your analytical ability. So machine learning only works with Python. So we also use Python for data analysis. Obviously, we use Python for data analysis, but the major part of Python is when it comes to machine learning. So once you get into the role of machine learning, obviously you are not going to stop your career, right? Your career has to expand. In that case, the next step is to move into AI. Once you have become very good with the concept of AI, you move to Gen AI concept, which is nothing but your, how Gemini is built, how your Open AI is built, or how your DeepSeek, recently it has created a buzz across the world, how your DeepSeek is based. So this is how your journey is going to be. Correct? And you also need to know statistics. Okay. So these are some of the tools. There are some more tools that also I'll tell you. Now tell me people, any doubt till here? Any doubt till here?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Kajal, Arjun, Omkar. Now, let's say, I try to show you the same data in a different form. I'll not show you this table or the numbers. Instead of showing you the tables and the numbers, if I just show you this data in this form, okay? If I show you this data in a visual form, Okay, let's say on your y-axis you have revenue in millions. Here you have just got the name of the company. So this is Apple, this is Google, this is Motorola, this is OnePlus, this is Nokia, this is Samsung. Now if I ask you, tell me the name of the company which has generated the highest revenue, what will you tell me? What will you tell me?
Apple.
Okay, now I didn't give you the numbers, but why were you able to answer this question?
With the visuals.
Okay, visual is there, but how?
It's just like a run rate, like, we have seen in some cricket matches and all.
Okay, so you see the run rate, but how do you conclude? There should be a measuring factor, right? How you measure it? The question is, how do you quantify it? Anyone?
Again,
Yeah. Tell me, Arjun.
again a wild guess, I can say.
Okay, see here. Now, when I look at this visual, right? So what is the visual? I'll tell you. I can only see these bars. All of you know these are nothing but your bars. Now, the only measuring parameter that I have is the height of the bar, correct? Yes, no?
Yes,
The
sir.
only measuring factor that I have is the height of the bar, right? Now, I know that the height of the bar is most for Apple. Apple has got the highest height, correct? That is the reason with the help of this height, I'm able to conclude that, Apple generates the highest revenue. What about Nokia? If you look at the height of the bar for Nokia, it is smallest as compared to all the other companies. So I'm able to conclude that Nokia is the least generating revenue amongst all these 5 companies, correct? Yes, no?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now, if you look at the way of showing data, so this is one way of showing the data in tabular form. This is another way of showing the data. So when we try to show data through different charts and graphs, we call them as visual. So this is one visualization. Now, although I did not have the numbers, but you were still able to answer this question based on this measuring factor of the height of the bar. So when it comes to the higher management people, who are running the company, or your top management people, they don't know anything about technical tools, correct? Yes, no? So how will you convey the information to them? So they should be given the data in a form which is easily consumable, correct? Yes, no, people? Now,
Yes, sir.
what is a better way of consuming the data apart from visuals, correct? So as humans, right, if I just say you Apple, so there are 2 things that is going to come to your mind. First thing, if you are a tech fan, correct, you will think about Apple phone, iPad, MacBook, AirPods Pro, Apple Pro Vision, right? And if you are health conscious, you'll think about green apple, or it's too costly, I know, you'll think about a normal red apple, correct? But whatever you think, it is going to be in form of images, correct? So your brain is going to think in form of images, right? That is how human brains are designed, correct? That is what psychology even says it. Yes, now, people?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Correct? Now, that is the way that this is also one more way in which we represent data. So when you represent data in form of visuals, right, it has a longer impact. It has a longer impact. Okay, so when you try to show data in form of visuals, it has a longer impact on the brain. Now, 2 things. You saw this tabular format, you got these numbers. Now, if I ask you about these numbers after 2 days, okay, Apple is the highest generating revenue, tell me the number. Will you be able to recall it? Hardly, right? It's hard for you to recall. Even if you tell yes, because I have got 6 rows. If I give you 100 values, so in that case, it is not possible for you to recall it. Yes, no, people? correct?
Yes, sir.
But if I ask you this, I showed you the data in form of visuals. Now, this data is going to be retained in your brain even for a longer time. Why? Because only thing that is going to come in your mind is, okay, the height for Apple was more, the height for Nokia was least. So this is when you show data in visual form, the data retains in a longer period of time. That is the reason when we as data analysts or data scientists, when we present the data, we try to present it in a way which is easily consumable by all of us. Now, that is the reason we also teach you a visualization tool which is very prominent in the field of data analytics, which is Power BI, and it is developed by Microsoft. 90% of the companies use Power BI when it comes to data visualization. Okay, so what all tools we are going to study, people? Excel, SQL, Python, statistics, Power BI. Almost you are going to learn 5 tools in this journey of data. Make sense? All of you? So far, so good. Now, this is how the journey of data analysis starts. So that is all that I start in any webinar that I take. So obviously, every webinar has got different examples, but this is what I start my webinar with, and I'll open the forum for you people to ask me any questions related to the modules that we are going to cover, or the roadmap that you want to know, or any doubt, confusions that you have, because I want you people to start the course on a positive note, because this journey requires you to be patient. So it is almost 6 months journey. That is the reason I want you people to be motivated all throughout the course, because many people start the course, but towards the end I can only hardly see 10 to 20% people completing the course. Okay, so open to all of you.
सर एक्चुअली मैं नॉन टेक बैकग्राउंड से हूँ, तो
I
मुझे
told
डाउट
you,
है
I
कि
told you right in the starting. So this course has nothing to do with tech or non-tech background. Okay, people, tell me one thing. Okay, so you work for which domain? Kajal, right?
यस सर.
So what course have you studied?
सर एक्चुअली आई वाज वर्कड इन अ सेल्स डोमेन,
ठीक
बट
है,
अभी तो आई एम नॉट वर्किंग.
ठीक है, you have worked in sales domain. ठीक है. Now tell me, before you joined as a salesperson, did you know how do you sell products?
नो सर.
How did you learn it?
बाय धीरे धीरे करते करते आ गया.
Correct. धीरे धीरे करते करते you learned it. So tell me, to be a salesman, did you require very high intensity of intelligence?
नो.
Nahin, correct. Same thing, we all have the same intelligence. It is just that how we have learned things, correct? So you haven't learned any technical thing earlier, so you feel that I haven't tried this, so it might be difficult for us. So that is what every human being thinks, correct?
Yes.
So only thing that I say, students, I just expect 2 things from you: your dedication. First thing, you should be dedicated all throughout the course, and next, your interest. If I teach you for 1 hour, I want you people to spend minimum 3 hours. That's all. So we all have the same intelligence. If you put your intelligence into use, you can learn anything. That's all.
ओके. एक और क्वेश्चन है सर मेरा. सपोज ये कोर्स करने के बाद मिनिमम कितना पैकेज एक्सपेक्ट कर सकते हैं?
Now see, as a fresher, if you are starting now, it depends on the role. Okay, so this is a relative question. Now, the basic role that you can start with is data analyst. The companies will pay you above 5 lakhs. Okay, as a data analyst, it starts from 5 lakhs.
Okay, sir.
It also depends on 2 things: your knowledge and the company that you are going in. Now, all of you know there are 2 types of company, right? One is product based, one is service based. If you go for service based, they don't pay you high. The starting package is less, 5 LPA. But if you start with product based, it can extend till 8 LPA. Okay?
Okay, sir.
Any other questions that we have?
सर लाइक मेरी अभी करंट जॉब ऑपरेशन में है, लेकिन ना मेरा करियर गैप रहा है, तो
Okay.
मतलब कोर्स अगर करते हैं, सर्टिफिकेशन अगर मिल जाते हैं तो मतलब जॉब लगेगी ना?
See, first thing, people, one thing. So all of you have done your graduation and जो भी degree you people have done it, correct? Now all of you know when you have spent 3 years in college, right? Any college degree is the longest tenure of any course in world, right? For normal graduation 3 years, for engineering 4 years. Now people tell me, when if you do engineering or graduation, you have spent the maximum amount of time. So when colleges they give you degree, right? Those are proper degrees. So if you see BCA or BTech, so these are proper degrees, right? So most of the jobs are focused around proper degrees. So when your colleges cannot guarantee you a proper job, how can a 6-month course guarantee you a job? First thing, if any institute is telling you, no, I guarantee you will get job, that is not true, people. Now job depends on two things. Job depends on two things. So one of my students, she has done her MBA. She was a housewife. She had gap of almost 1.5 years. Then she got job as a visualization engineer at Quest Global. Correct? So two things I would say. Your first thing, your knowledge. Correct? It's not that you have taken gap. So obviously if you have taken gap, you would need 2-3 months more as compared to other people. If others are getting job in 6 months, you might have to invest 10 to 11 months also consistently. You will be able to crack jobs. Okay, there is no guarantee of anything. So don't come up with hope to any institute that they will guarantee a job. No one can guarantee you a job. We make you eligible for interviews. Now, why do companies hire you? In simple terms, if you see, companies hire you because you match their expectation. So any companies, they get project based on skill set, right? And based on that skill set, they try to hire candidates. If you look at LinkedIn, why do they give you a shortlist? Because they are looking for someone who knows Python. They'll search for the Python keyword shortlist, all the resumes where Python is mentioned, correct? Now, you people are learning machine learning. There are hundreds of institutes who are teaching machine learning. So you have to see, right, what is making you different from other students, correct? Now there is one job at TCS as a data analyst. 100 लोग apply करेंगे. So how will you get that job? There are 4 roles. 100 people have applied. How will you get job? Tell me. तुमको job कब मिलेगा? When you are better than others, correct?
Yes, sir.
So this is irrespective of any degree that you come in, irrespective of any gap that you have. The only thing that companies expect you is what is your knowledge and will you be able to do that job or not. Correct? There are only 2 things that they see. Your mindset to learn and work and your skills. इससे ज़्यादा कोई कुछ नहीं देखता. If you are able to justify both of this, you should be able to crack any job. That is what I say, people. And tell me if I am wrong. Kajal, Arjun, do you
Got
think?
it, sir. Completely got it, sir.
Okay.
Yes, so you are complete correct, because like my friend also, he just upgraded his tools and he just gone up.
See, college, जब college तुमको job नहीं दे सकता है, तो how can any? See, these are professional courses, right? Colleges courses gives you degree. You get job on the basis of degree. So these are all courses to make you updated with the market standards, correct? And competition is huge. If you see, right, where are you people based out of? Karan, where are you based out of? Kajal and Omkar, where are you people based out of?
Sir, I'm from Delhi.
So I'm
Kajal is
from,
from Delhi.
so I'm from Chennai actually.
Karan is from Chennai, and the other one, Omkar, you are from?
I'm from Lucknow, sir.
Okay. So if you see Delhi, there are many institutes who are teaching the same course. If you see Chennai also, there are many institutes teaching the same course. I am based out of Bangalore. I teach at many institutes. Even where I stay in Whitefield, you will find 30 to 40 institutes teaching only data science. So there are so many institutes, there are so many students. Now you have to think, to get job, what you should do. You are the best one to judge. Why will you get job? I should not tell you, right? You should know. Correct?
Got it, sir.
Yes, sir.
है ना?
Actually, my friend referred me, sir. He was also with me in operations. तो उन्होंने बोला ना कि like alumni के help से हो जाती है. तो I was just like curious about that कि अगर किसी का reference
So
मिल
see,
जाता है
this
तो.
company, right? So Career Lab, even they will have HR, they will have tie-ups. Obviously, if there are any referrals, they'll refer you for those jobs, right? See, that is the secondary part. 90% of the effort should be from your side, and 10% you should leave it on others for the institute. But you should be prepared from yourself.
एक्चुअली सर मेरी एक फ्रेंड है, उन्होंने ही मुझे रेफरेंस दिया था उनको. आई गेस उन्होंने यहीं से करियर लैब कंसल्टिंग से किया है. उनको 6 LPA का पैकेज मिला था एज अ फ्रेशर.
Okay, good to start. See, for you people, you should have a starting point. तुमको पता लगना चाहिए ना कि तुम्हारा करियर कहाँ से स्टार्ट है. Once you get started with the career, then you know what to do. So you need that starting point, correct?
Yes, so actually मैं क्या कहते हैं 2-3 कंपनीज में इंटरव्यू दिया था बैंगलोर में, और उन्होंने फिर मेरे से स्किल सेट के बारे में पूछा कि लाइक हैव यू अपग्रेडेड योर स्किल सेट लाइक ML एंड ऑल दोस स्टफ. दैट्स व्हाई आई एम हियर. और क्योंकि बेसिकली आई हैव डन माय सिविल इंजीनियरिंग, दैट इज फाइन, पर एक्चुअली सर उसमें उतना पे आउट नहीं है जितना लाइक, और वो साइट्स पे दौड़ना सारी चीजें करना. तो उसकी वजह से मैं स्विच करने की कोशिश कर रहा था. और लाइक उन्होंने, मेरे दोस्त जो हैं बेसिकली अदर सेक्शन के CS पे, उन्होंने मेरे को बोला कि डेटा साइंस करने के लिए इट्स लाइक अ ग्रोइंग थिंग राइट नाउ in the market.
So see, if you see 3 years down the line, right, all of AI is ruling the world. So after 3-4 years, every company will expect you to know how AI works. So it's better if you start the journey now.
Got it, sir.
Now you see, ChatGPT came. ChatGPT was ruling the market. Suddenly, DeepSeek came. 1 week they crashed the entire US ka market. Now Alibaba has claimed today, that their engine is performing better than ChatGPT. So even AIs are getting replaced. Correct. So you also have to keep on upgrading. Nothing is future proof. Nothing is permanent. Today I know machine learning. Obviously, tomorrow I need to know AI. Tomorrow something else is coming. I need to know that. That is how it works. And people who are fresher, you see, right? Many companies, they also recruit you as intern. So you 4-5 months you can intern at those companies because just to know how the business works. So even those things are there. And people who are experienced, you can mold your resume in such a way that and see, I'll tell you, 80% of the people who are working in these roles, right, they don't have any experience in data analysis. Just because of their skill set, they have got job and they have cracked. I have seen so many people coming from many backgrounds. Most of my students, they were preparing for government jobs in Delhi, then they could not crack government job, then they decided, okay, I have invested enough amount of time, 4 साल मेरे लाइफ के चलेगा, अब कुछ करते हैं रियलिस्टिक. So they also come for job. People have cracked it. ठीक है?
Yes, sir.
So yeah, this is the thing. और कुछ any other questions?
Just that like कुछ job description देखी थी मैंने and curriculum भी देखा मैंने. So we are going to learn each and everything, right, sir?
Yes. So whatever I mentioned, right, all these 5 skills we are going to learn. Excel, SQL, statistics, Python, machine learning, and Power BI. Now, now I think these people offer you 2 courses. I don't know the breakdown, so I think there is a difference in the duration that you have to talk to your counselor, right? I think there are 2 types of courses. One is for 6 months, one is for 11 months. That you have to speak to them.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So people who have attended webinars, I think Karan is the one, right? Who else has attended webinars?
मैंने different institute का किया था सर.
क्या लगा, कुछ difference लगा मेरे और उनमें? Do you think this
explanation is really great, sir. मतलब insights are quite clear and मेरा actually ऐसा है ना कि अगर इस तरीके से explanation हो ना, there are multiple topics. तो earlier I was not really like actually बहुत ज़्यादा मेरे tech savvy नहीं हूँ, तो मुझे थोड़ा सा ऐसा लग रहा था कि it is going to be like completely Herculean task, but मुझे लग रहा है अभी ठीक है.
It depends, right? If you take any task, right? So today if you go 25-star hotel, you might feel the chef is preparing really delicious dishes, but even the chef has spent a lot of time to prepare that. If you start today, maybe after a year you should be able to make good dal makhni like that, right? So it all depends you break down things, right? So this is what I believe, because even I started my journey as this. So when I started, my passion in teaching, so I thought, okay, I should teach everyone from scratch, because they should know, the bits and pieces of everything that they learn. So I'm recently teaching in this institute. So we have already started 2 batches. So I took the webinars. We have 2 batches currently running on Saturdays and Sundays. One is at 6:30, one is at 8:30. So all 2 batches started with me. I started with their webinars.
Oh, that's it.
And you people know, if you have attended webinars other places, you know what they do in webinars, you know that better.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so see, I don't tell people ki course kar lo. I just tell you research the market. To market dekho, if you feel this is suitable for you, then you should decide and come. You go to 4 institute, jao, har jagah pucho, dekho which is suitable for you. Correct? Aisa, there are so many options, but you should see where your teaching methodology fits with someone. Correct?
So sir, actually I have already joined the program, बस वही है ना कि like the kind of personalized attention I was expecting, I think that is here. So like I'm just expecting कि आप long term में ऐसे
the
करेंगे.
best part is we have got small batches, so there are only 4 to 5 people in a batch. In that case, it is good for me also to spend time with everyone.
Yes sir.
Okay, और कुछ, और कोई दिक्कत, और कोई परेशानी? So
No,
from
sir,
today on, data should not give you nightmares. It should give you good dreams. Okay, I'm going to make it big to any of these tech companies now.
Yes sir.
And this is the future. So this is the only field which came as a lifesaver for non-tech background. Now, if you see the salary of a software engineer and the salary of a data analyst, right, they are at par with one another. Now, data analyst can tell, even though I'm not very good at coding, I'm still making good amount of salary like you. Okay? So no one will look down upon you कि यार इसको coding नहीं आता है. नहीं आता तो भी I'm making good amount of salary. ठीक है?
Yes sir.
Okay. और कुछ? Kajal, Omkar, and I think who is the 4th person? There are 4 people. Okay. Kajal, Arjun, and Karan. Arjun, कोई दिक्कत?
No sir, like good है, अभी बढ़िया.
चलो ठीक है people, then I'll not take much of your time. So that is all from my side. Thanks for joining the webinars, and I think that I was able to give you a small roadmap of what data journey is going to be. Data journey is way more, but this is where you start, right? The starting point should be good, because none of us know, what the destination has. We should not expect also. Correct?
Yes sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Kajal, all good?
Yes, sir.
Chalo people, then enjoy your dinner, and thanks for joining. All the best and happy learning. See you in the
so much sir.
Thank you,
so
sir.
much, sir.
Enjoy करो, and no need to take tension कि tech से है नहीं है. दिमाग है, यूज करना है, और क्या.
Sure sir.
हम लोग एलोन मस्क नहीं है, but still थोड़ा सा तो दिमाग है, कुछ तो कर ही लेंगे.
Yes sir.
Correct? चलो people,
Yes.
enjoy.
Thank you sir.
Thank you, sir.